Morning, everybody. It's very nice to see you here this morning. I was thinking when I was watching you coming in, because normally I'm the last person to come into a room, but this morning I came in first. And it's amazing how even the most important industrialists and business people and entrepreneurs still fill up from the back. It's like an old school behavior, but never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm thrilled to be here today to introduce Pitch at the Palace in Malaysia. This is the first event that we have taken Pitch further afield than in Europe, so this is the first time we've done it in Asia. And I'm very pleased that we're doing it in Malaysia because our relationship as two countries goes back a long, long way. And I don't need to repeat it, but there are things that intrinsically mean that you think in a similar fashion to the UK, and especially when it comes to entrepreneurial activity. Because from what I see and what I've seen on a number of either news sites or websites, there are a huge number of entrepreneurs who are being encouraged in Malaysia and in Asia. And this bodes well both for your jobs market and your prosperity as it does for the global perspective. There are a number of organizations who can add value to entrepreneurs, and Pitch at the Palace is just one of them. But by providing this platform, it's my intention that we should be able to increase the level of cooperation between not only entrepreneurs, but also audiences such as yourselves, and give you access, the decision makers, access to new thinking and new ideas. Some of them may end up being disruptive to your businesses, but in most cases, there is something that you can do for these businesses, and I'll come to that a little later. Now, when putting this together, it came about because I felt that should I be investing myself, and how should I be doing and how should I be supporting upcoming businesses? And it became clear to me that it was the wrong use of my time to be a venture capitalist. But when I then went and discussed with a number of people who are in the venture capital world, they said what's missing is somebody who can act as an accelerant to business. And so Pitch was born out of that idea. And so in that vein, I'm going to show you a short video which will just explain some of what the thinking has been, is, and will be in the future. I started Pitch at the Palace because I realized that if we are going to be able to support UK prosperity, it's going to need entrepreneurs and it's going to need young people who are going to be enterprising. By being an accelerant to business, an accelerant to entrepreneurs, I can make best use of the time that I have available, the networks I have at my behest, experienced business people, venture capitalists, mentors, and also the organisation around the royal family. The journey in Pitch starts with applying to Pitch at Palace for a place, and then the down selection to the boot camp, which takes place about 3 weeks before the Pitch event itself. Pitch takes 42 businesses and takes them to St James's Palace to pitch for 3 minutes and 3 minutes only. It places them under pressure and puts them in the same room as about 300 decision makers in business who have lots and lots of experience of business, but it also offers them an opportunity to be able to get 4 things: into businesses' distribution systems, into businesses' supply chains. It encourages the businesses who are listening to become mentors and offer their services to those entrepreneurs, and also is an opportunity for those entrepreneurs to get finance. Since we started Pitch at the Palace, we've helped over 200 companies, and of those 200 or so companies, 66% of those have received funding in one form or other, totaling about £128 million. But also, 69% have actually increased their workforce, and the workforce numbers that we think that we have achieved are somewhere in the region of between 450 and 500 new jobs. Additionally, we have made over 2,000 connections to businesses or between businesses and entrepreneurs, not only in the UK but also globally. None of what Pitch and the Pitch team could do could be done without the support and help of so many different people. And as Pitch grows, there is a need for new supporters and new networks. And so what we are looking for is for new people to come and support us and to work with us to encourage enterprise, to encourage entrepreneurial activity, and to create opportunities for businesses to grow. In entrepreneurial terms, Pitch has moved from being a startup to a scale-up. It's been an incredible journey so far, and we look forward to taking Pitch not only to greater places inside the United Kingdom, but also to engage with many, many more entrepreneurs around the world. And I know that this is only just the beginning of the journey, not the end. And I look forward to taking Pitch and encouraging people to support Pitch in the years to come. Thank you. A couple of housekeeping notes and one further interesting piece of news. Since I made that video, which was only a couple of weeks ago, another one of our alumni has had a great success and has been bought. And as a result of that, the figure of 128 million is no longer correct. And we've boosted that to now 238 million pounds of economic activity in just on 2 years. So you never can tell what one of these businesses is going to be able to achieve. But of those businesses that are presenting today, they've been through a certain amount of hell and pressure in order to get here. And so it's now up to them to present to you. They have 3 minutes, as always. And rather than a Guardsman or a Royal Marine, because unfortunately we did have a Guardsman here, but actually they had to go back. So we've got the gong in the corner to mark the 3-minute moment. There we are. I think that's actually going to be better than a Guardsman, so we might have you back in London next time. My last housekeeping point is there are 2 things that I want you to register and remember today. One is that the entrepreneurs are here in order to pitch to you, to tell you about what they do. They will have, well, they certainly have more than one ask, but they will have one ask of the audience. And my request of the audience is that you follow up with one of them yourselves in some form or other, either by offering to be a mentor or by saying, oh, I can help you and I can introduce you to somebody, but there is something that you can do for one of these businesses. So I just ask if you would make that one follow-up call. There are, as I've said, the 4 things that are important to businesses, and one of the most important things is to give them the ability today to be as profitable as soon as possible, because as I've seen over the last year, the amount of money that is being pumped into starting up businesses is starting to diminish just based on growth alone and turnover and revenue. It's got to have some sort of profit margin. So the more that we can do to give these businesses a profitable future earlier is going to enhance their opportunities. So that's the housekeeping out of the way. I would just like to say thank you very much indeed to our partners, because without the help of people in Malaysia, we would not have been able to have put this event on. And so I would like to say thank you to Tony Fernandez and his team for an absolutely outstanding collaboration, and thank you very much indeed. But also to our friends at Brandwatch and TechCrunch, who are also helping us out today. And of course, we've got local partners here for MDEC and Microsoft. So thank you all, first of all, for your partnership and collaboration, and thank you, the audience, for coming to listen. So I will now step aside and let the pitches continue, and there is somebody who's going to run it. He's there. Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Highness. Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Faisal, your host for this morning. Welcome to Pitch at Palace, Malaysia. So today we'll be seeing 14 startups pitching their ideas across for only 3 minutes. And as His Royal Highness mentioned this now, once the 3 minutes is up, this will happen. Okay. And for today, we very much encourage the use of social media. And these would be your Wi-Fi networks and password for the day. It's on the screen, left and right. So if you'd like to log on to your Wi-Fi networks, those are the password. And today's winners are chosen by voting. So to vote, I shall repeat this process again later, but for the benefit of it, we need to go to pitchmalaysia.com/votes, and this will happen only after all 14 pitches are done. You would also require a code, which you will find at the back of your badge, right? And pitchmalaysia.com/votes is also the medium for you to reach out, get in touch, tweet, and find out more about the 14 startups today and their wonderful ideas. So I shall now pass the floor to our moderator, Malik Ali, founder and managing director of BFM 89.9, Malaysia's business radio station, for the pitching session. Thank you.
Thanks, Faisal. Let me put for the record today is the first time I've actually seen Tony in a suit. I've never seen him in a suit before. I followed his usual style, and I turned up as the only non-suited person here. Right. Welcome to the Pitch at Palace. Welcome, Your Royal Highness. Just wanted to say, I think those entrepreneurs amongst us today will, some established ones, some older ones, Tony, and some younger ones, the rest of us. I guess we pitch every day of our lives, whether be it a sale, whether be it recruiting employees, that's what we do. But today we have the opportunity of hearing 14 young, promising young companies that will pitch to you for the privilege of going to London and at the Pitch at Palace. Without further ado, let me introduce the first category. Is a financial technology, the first half of financial technology, and the first company is MoneyBay. Please come up. MoneyBay. The stage is yours.
All right. Good morning. First off, I would like to say all of you here look amazing today. Yes, you're welcome. So my name is Christian. I'm the founder of MoneyBay. So we believe that your money exchange experience is about to change. So first off, how many of you here change money on a regular basis? Can I see a show of hands? All right. And how many of you end up, lining up and going from money changes to money changes just to get stuck in a queue? Yes, thank you very much. So that's exactly the problem that we are solving at MoneyBay. So our solution, we aim to help money changers to make money, and of course we aim to help users like you and me to save money. So savings can be in the form of saving time as well. You see, instead of driving across all the way downtown just to get the best exchange rate, what we do at MoneyBay is that we aim to match you and the money changers right around your location. So how does MoneyBay works? Every day we have our money changer partners keying in their exchange rate directly into our system. This will ensure that each and every one of us will have direct access to accurate rates which we'll be transacting with. So why does all this money changer partner with us? It is because that we are opening up new revenue streams for them, and we are bringing their business fully digital. So what's in it for MoneyBay then? We charge 0.1% transaction fees for every transaction that passes through MoneyBay. And last month alone, we've managed to sign up over 40 money changes with over 100 locations in Klang Valley, as well as other states. And if we continue on with this momentum, we'll definitely be able to hit 100 money changes by end of the year. And with this 100 money changes, we'll be able to target over 100,000 user base. And with that 100,000 user base, we'll be able to generate a booking revenue of over 50 million ringgit. Now, as you can see, I'm a pretty small guy, so I have a big team with big people in it. So by able to leveraging on some of our co-founders as well, we'll be able to target the China tourist market, which some of our co-founders have existing business ties with them. So we are actually exploring opportunities in terms of integrating with payment apps like WeChat and Alipay. So that will allow us to give direct access in offering money exchange services to China tourists. So ladies and gentlemen, we have started this for about the past 4 months back, and then with the current traction that we have, we are currently looking for strategic partners to raise our seed round with. And if you head on to our website and the Google Play Store, you can actually download our app and find the best money exchange rates around you. So if any of you here would like to know more about us, I'll be more than happy to buy you a drink after this. Thank you.
Thank you, Christian. The format is that I will ask one question, and you have 2 minutes to answer, or even less if you think. What is, when you pitch, talking about pitching, Pitch at Palace today, we are all pitching to various stakeholders. What is your pitch when you pitch to money changers who have been very brick and mortar, right?
Yes.
What is the greatest resistance to accepting your pitch?
Okay, thank you for the question. First of all, after speaking to over 60 to 80 money changes over the past couple of months, the main resistance that they face is that, a lot of them are traditional businesses, which they struggle to even understand the concept of what fintech is or what technology is. And a lot of our partners that sign up with us, they do not even have a website. So this is where we play a crucial role, not just in terms of introducing new tools for them, but more importantly about educating them and how fintech would not actually disrupt their business, but could actually bring more benefits and value to them. And part of our role is to actually introduce online services like, say, online payments, travel currency cards, and even a booking system, just to ensure that all these money changes would actually be our offline presence to our online business. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Christian.
All right,
thank
you.
Next up in the financial technology category, we have My Cash Online.
Hello, good morning. My name is Mehedi. I am from My Cash Online. We are a fintech startup. We are changing the way that currently the non-bankable people works. We are actually offering our services to the migrant workers in Malaysia, and we are solving their online banking problems. Currently, there are around 2 million migrant workers in Malaysia, and majority of them do not have a bank account or credit card. So they cannot use any online banking services, or they cannot use any e-commerce services because they cannot pay. So we are actually solving this problem by providing a platform, a marketplace, where they can actually buy their products and pay us using our coupon, MyCash coupon. So they can purchase these MyCash coupons nearby their homes. We are selling it all the small shops, groceries, telecom shops, and also the Kedai Runchis. So they can buy there, and they can actually go to our website and they purchase their online services and then pay using that. Currently, we are selling mobile top-ups. They can buy local mobile top-ups. They can buy international mobile top-ups from Indonesia, Bangladesh, Nepal, Philippines. They can actually purchase bus tickets. They can purchase, we are soon adding airlines tickets. They can pay the bills, all the electrics and all the bills from there. And soon we are planning to add remittance services for them. So we have started our business in April 2016. For the last 2 months, we actually running this business. We had around 40,000 transactions and over 200,000 in revenues. Currently, we have 180 agents around the Klang Valleys, and we are planning to expand all over the Malaysia in the coming months. And we are also planning to expand in Singapore and the Middle East, especially in Saudi Arabia and Dubai, where a lot of foreign workers as well. So our target is to actually enable all these 2 million migrant workers who are earning around 2 billion ringgit per month to use our platform and use the benefits of e-commerce. And also not only in Malaysia, it's in Singapore and in the Middle East. Thank you very much. That's all.
Thank you. Question for you.
Yeah.
So when you do a mobile top-up, usually there is a small commission, a commission to be paid to the retail outlet.
Yeah.
But this is hard-earned money by workers here, and you are deducting a little bit out of that hard-earned money in order for them to load up their prepaid,
No, actually, we are actually offering them the same price. So we are getting the commission from the telcos, not from the user, actually.
Okay, all right. And how do you intend to go on to remittance services? So are you going to move from money from KL to Dhaka?
Okay, so we are planning we have already partners in Bangladesh, the banks. So when a user, a migrant workers, you want to actually supposed to send 1,000 ringgit to Dhaka. So what you need to do, you need to go any shops or any petrol station or 7-Eleven. So you need to purchase our coupons so that he can load inside his virtual wallet. So after that, he just want to select all the informations like his wife's email address or wife's phone numbers, bank account number, everything. Then actually he can just press send. So after that, we'll receive that order and we'll forward to our partner banks in Malaysia. So they will actually send back to the Bangladesh. So it will work like that. We have already talked with some of the banks in Malaysia and also in Bangladesh. So we are actually trying to solve this, linking this up, and soon we'll be launching the service for them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Scholar Fund. Come on up, Scholar Fund.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shakir, and I'm the co-founder of Scholar Fund. We're into the business of financing university education. So 4 years ago, I was accepted into one of the best universities in Asia. But I almost couldn't go to university because of financial constraints. My parents simply couldn't afford to put me to university. But I was very fortunate to receive a full sponsorship by an organization to send me to university. I reflected about this moment, and I realized that there are many others out there who are not as lucky as me. On one hand, today, we have millions of undergraduates from middle and lower income families who find it difficult to pay for their university education due to two main reasons. Reason number one, there's a lack of scholarships. And we all know that not all scholarships go to students who are truly in need. Secondly, there's a lack of access to student loans, especially in developing countries, due to poor credit ratings. On the other hand, we have a host of people and organizations like you guys, with the money, who are willing and able to provide funding for the higher educational pursuits of less privileged undergraduates. However, after working with the sponsors, we realized that they find it difficult to identify the students who are truly in need, and there is no direct and transparent way to do the funding. With that, we acknowledge today that there is a huge gap between these two groups of people that needs to be breached. And that is why we started Scholar Fund. Scholar Fund is a web platform that enables less privileged undergraduates to crowdfund their scholarships from individuals, philanthropists, corporates, and foundations. We started in Malaysia about 1 year ago, and about 50 students have started crowdfunding their scholarships on our platform. More than 300,000 ringgit has been crowdfunded. We want to do more. We want to impact more lives. And that's why we are working on more products to get more funding for students. One of the products that we have just about to launch is called Create Scholarships. We enable SME companies and smaller foundations to create, manage, and disburse scholarships all on one platform. We are also working with our banking partners and also other lending sites to do educational lending at 0% interest for students in need. Currently, there are the higher education industry in Southeast Asia and India, where we are targeting, is an industry worth a whopping $160 billion US. And that's the industry that we are going at. There are currently 4 of us in the team, a very good balance of business and technical guys who are passionate to go at this problem at this huge market. Today, the ask is simple. We're just raising a small seed round of $50,000 to push ourselves into other Southeast Asian markets like Indonesia and Thailand. I would also like to invite all of you here to join Sekolah Fund in this journey of enabling higher education for the less privileged. Thank you.
Thank you, Shakir. A very noble objective. Question is, though, given it's a noble objective, it's very hard to be seen to be sort of making money off scholarships. What is your revenue model?
This is something tricky that I think our team has sorted out. We charge a 5% service fee for every single sponsorship made, not to the student, but directly to the sponsors. We tell them that transparency comes at the price. Trust comes at the price. And to ensure this trust to be at the highest level, auditing and processes have to be put in place, and staff need to be put in place. And that's why we need to charge this 5%. And we believe that the 6,000 sponsors on our platform today have taken that in and accepted that this charge is reasonable. Yeah.
Thank you, Shakir.
Thank you.
We'll return to the financial technology sector at the end, but here next up we have the mobile app category, and here we have Service Hero.
Hi guys, my name is Carl Liu. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Service Hero. Your Royal Highness and esteemed guests from the UK, it's my pleasure to be presenting to you because although Service Hero is born in Malaysia, the idea was conceived amongst myself and my co-founders while we were students at the University of Oxford. Now, Service Hero is Southeast Asia's leading mobile marketplace for local services. You can think of us as the Uber for services. The concept is very, very simple. There are 2 apps. One is a consumer app, one is a professionals app for local service providers. On the consumer side, you make a request and describe your problems about what you need to get done. For example, if you have an air conditioning unit that needs repair, you go onto the app, you describe the problem. Is it blowing hot air? Is it turning on? You put in the location of your request, like an Uber. You take a picture of the request, and then you submit this request into the open marketplace. On the other end are service providers who then, if the job suits them, they will respond with a quote. Importantly, this app provides aggregation and transparency for prices of local services. For local service providers, it provides a new way to access digital consumers where they had no access before. The current landscape in Malaysia, there are small and medium-sized enterprises still putting signboards on trees to advertise for their services. That is a huge sign of desperation to get work. When me and my co-founders were living overseas, we decided to come back and decided to empower local service providers in Malaysia and beyond. We're a proudly purpose-driven organization. We exist to empower local service providers in Southeast Asia. 97% of all businesses in Southeast Asia are small and medium-sized enterprises, yet more than 95% of these 97% are not digitally enabled. We exist to empower these people. To have a look at our stats, we launched this company 13 months ago from a coffee shop in the middle of Kuala Lumpur. Today, more than 2,000 quotations are facilitated on the platform each day. We have more than 4,000 small businesses that have signed on to Service Hero. We have created, by our counts, at least 500 new jobs in the economy in Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand, where we have offices. Each month, we generate $2.5 million per month in economic activity, and we're growing at a rate of 30% month over month. So at this stage, we are not looking for any funding, but what we are looking for are evangelists and people who believe in our mission to empower a nation and a region using digital technology. We are looking for evangelists, and we're looking for partners that want to join us on our purpose-driven mission to help the Southeast Asian economy. So that's it. That is Service Hero. And if you are a purpose-driven investor or a partner, we would love to talk to you.
You made a reference to, don't go yet.
Yeah.
You made a reference to Uber when you say that you're the Uber of services. but Uber is generally maybe one, maybe three, maybe four product company at the moment, right? Whereas Service Hero could encompass, theoretically, infinite amount types of services. What has been the challenge for you in terms of all these diverse services? And were there any technical or business challenges in addressing all
Absolutely. There are a lot of challenges. So our business actually operates on about 57 business categories now. So we have 57 categories as opposed to one thing, which is transport for Uber. By the end of the year, we will encompass more than 1,000 different types of service categories. It has been a challenge for us to attract talent, but over the last few months where we have been getting attention, we've been able to attract some great engineers from Silicon Valley that are Malaysian who want to come back home and do something for this nation. So one of our biggest challenges is attracting talent back home. And as a Malaysian who has had the privilege of an education overseas, I really want to encourage the cause to bring them back home.
Thank you. Thank you, Service Hero.
And I'd like to take this opportunity to say good luck to the UK in the months after the Brexit. We really celebrate diversity at Service Hero. There's 15 nationalities that are represented, from Bhutan to Zimbabwe, and we believe that innovation and creativity can only prosper when there's diversity. Thank you.
Next up, to open up the e-commerce category, we have Air Shopper. Come on up, Air Shopper.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So can I have a show of hands here, please, if your family or friends would usually ask you to buy something when you're traveling overseas? Well, I can see lots of hands there. All right.
Could you please introduce yourself as well?
Yes, my name is Richard Kerr. I'm from Air Shopper. So Mr. Tony Fernandez, I'm not sure if you're actually aware of this. Even your cabin crews are actually helping their family and friends to buy things from overseas. So as you can see, people are doing this because not everything is sold online. And number two, international shipping can be expensive. And three, there are many things that cannot be shipped to Malaysia. So we created this platform called Air Shopper, where we connect shoppers and travelers worldwide. Alice wants to buy a pair of shoes in London. However, the shop doesn't have an online store. Using Air Shopper, we're able to connect Alice to John in London, who's traveling to Malaysia this weekend. Alice simply needs to give a reasonable amount of tips to John, and he'll help her to get the shoes that she wants and bring it back to Malaysia. Our platform will secure the payment until her shoes are safely delivered to her. So that means there's no international shipping involved. Alice can get her shoes fairly fast. There's no inventory to keep on our side. And best of all, travelers are able to earn money while traveling. So e-commerce is a big industry in Malaysia. Currently, there are about 7 million online shoppers. So we are targeting those who are into fashion and those who collect rare items, expats, and people who want to buy things from overseas like snacks or food. And the business model is we take 6% commission from each transaction. Currently, we are building the prototype and expected to launch it next month. We already have more than 150 sign-ups since we launched our website last month, and we're currently building strategic partnership with local logistic companies. My name is Richard Kerr. I am from Air Shopper, the co-founder. Together with my team members, Clyde and Andy, we're going to make it possible for anyone to shop anything from anywhere. Perhaps from a small gift shop in Kathmandu in Nepal, or probably a small shop somewhere in small towns in Siberia, or probably even a limited edition designer handbag from Paris. We hope from today's event we can get access to your travelers database. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. What is in it? You said the traveler makes some money.
Right.
Is that how much money? You got your 6%?
So for example, Yep. So, for example, Alice wants to buy a pair of shoes, right? Says it costs $50, and she's not able to buy it online. So she's going to put a price probably like, I'm willing to pay $80 for the shoes. So technically, John will be able to get somewhere around $30 commission from that transaction.
Okay, thank you, Richard. That's the business model. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next up in the e-commerce category, we have Christy Ng Shoes, introducing Christy Ng herself. Welcome, Christy.
Good morning. My name is Christy, and I dreamt of being a shoe designer since I was 4 years old. I started this business in the living room of my mother's house 4 years ago. Since then, we've shipped our products to customers in 40 different countries across the world. We sold over 40,000 pairs of shoes, and we have over 400,000 following on social media. And in terms of traction, we did over 4 million ringgit worth of revenue the past 12 months. So today, I'm here to tell you how we're going to change the way women shop for shoes all across the world. The story begins 10,000 miles from here in North Carolina, USA. Meet Jennifer Callahan, a 30-year-old, tech-savvy, beautiful bride in search of the perfect pair of shoes. So Jennifer is searching for 9 pairs of shoes, 1 for herself and for her 8 bridesmaids. Her requirements: she wants a very specific design, customized in different colors and in different heel heights. But why? Why would Jennifer want the same design made in different heel heights? This is because her best friend is 6 feet tall and her other best friend is 5 feet tall. And Jennifer just wants all her bridesmaids to look similar in height and stature in all her wedding photographs. So this scenario illustrates the complexity and the sophistication of today's modern day consumer. So this triggered the search for the perfect pair of shoes. So Jennifer could not find a shoe brand, not even in the great industrious city of North Carolina, who could cater to her specific demands. Why? It's because all the big players, all the big names, only cater to consumers who want to buy ready-made shoes. You can only rack off what is readily available on the shelf. They just do not cater to specific requests. So what else are all these big players not doing? They certainly do not cater to consumers who have odd-sized feet, consumers who have really big feet, really small feet, and of course, you can't walk into any of these stores with specific set of requirements. So herein lies the paradox of unmet demands in this $100 billion industry. So the key and the solution to unlocking this huge, huge lucrative potential is via our 3D shoe design platform. With over 1 million possible design combinations, customers just like Jennifer from all over the world can design their dream shoes in different heel heights, different materials, different fabrics, different colors, different adornments, and the list goes on. And all this, all this enables a small, tiny company like us to take on the Goliaths of the world because we don't have to keep much inventory holding. And this is precisely why Jennifer chose Christy Ng Shoes. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy. Now you've grown. You said you hit 4 million ringgit in revenues and that number of customers. What has been your greatest growth challenge?
My greatest growth challenge is mitigating my reducing the amounts of returns that we have. We've been able to reduce that dramatically over the past 6 months because, so that was one of my greatest growth challenge. And I guess we've been able to overcome that.
All right. Thank you very much, Christy.
Thank you.
Next in the e-commerce category, we have EduStreet 1, 2, 3. Come on stage.
Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Isaac. I'm the founder of EduStreet 123. So before I take you this further, can I know any one of you are here being kiasu before? Yeah, okay, I know everybody is cancer, including myself today. And okay, actually, the reason I'm asking you this question is because, in fact, many of us, especially our parents, they will do whatever they can for their kids in hoping that someday they can turn them to become a great lawyer or doctor in the future. But, I mean, in this competitive society, everybody is looking for something fast and reliable, especially in the education. Say, for example, if let's say you want to get a plumber, you can go and find my friend, Service Hero. He can help you out. But for EduStreet 123, we focus in helping the parents to reduce their time in getting the right tutor ASAP, because that is our specialty. And, okay, these are some of the problems that we usually hear. Most of the parents, they like to hear the advice from their friends and relatives. But I tell you what, this is not the best solution, because first, you will have a very limited option to choose from. And this is what happened to me 10 years ago when my mom sent me to tuition. And second, it's very time consuming. And that's where we come in to help them. So who are we? We are an online marketplace that connects students and tutors. And we are here to help the parents and students to reduce the hassle of searching in the classified website by simply using the review system and choose the best and reliable tutor from there. Today, we started this off really, really small, and probably we spent about like a few thousand pounds. Sorry, not pound, it's ringgit. So, and averagely we generate about like 10 inquiries via Facebook per week. Let's assume that today I take 1% out of the 5 million total market share of students out there, and each of them spend 300 ringgit every month, and we take 20% cut from there. Do you think this is going to be a big market for us? I guess so. Today, some of our competitive advantage here is we can help them to get a tutor in less than 2 hours before the class starts. And we also strive to provide an affordable learning channel for the student, as well as without compromising the quality. Ladies and gentlemen, we truly understand the pain of the parents and students, especially getting the wrong one. My team and I, we pitched this in many occasions. And last week, we just secured a grant from a local university. So if any one of you in this room having a friends that really passionate about teaching but don't know where to teach, please let them know, and let's be part of our dream. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Isaac. When you're pitching parents,
Yep.
Most of them are probably they're not millennials yet. They're past millennials. They are probably Gen Xers and all that. When you pitch them, what's the biggest objection to EduStreet 123? Is there any objections you have to overcome?
Okay, I think the biggest obstacle is we need to convince them, because some of the parents, they are quite traditional, including my mom. Sorry, I think some of the parents, they're really, really conventional. They like to hear from their friends and relatives, basically, and maybe because they don't know about the technology there, but their children actually is more expert than them. So actually, that is the biggest, we want to solve.
Okay. So the biggest thing is the traditional, maybe a traditional mindset of parents.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Isaac.
Thank you.
Next up, in the e-commerce category is Zepto Express.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Izari Yamin. I'm the CEO of Zepto Express Berhad. Zepto Express is the on-demand crowdsourced delivery that bridged the last mile gap between consumers and retailers by offering instant delivery. When I say instant delivery, it's between 45 minutes to 3 hours. So what are the main problems consumers are facing out there? Late deliveries, fixed delivery schedule, limited collection stations, and not to forget, missing in action parcels.
So do we have any solution to these problems? Yes, we have the solution. Through our Zepto partner, we give you Zepto Bike for small and light parcels. We give you Zepto Car for bulkier items, for items that needs extra care. We give you Zepto Truck for higher counts of items or items that needs more manpower. And we bring you Zepto Run, the carbon-friendly option for pickup and delivery, which leverages on the current infrastructures that we have, such as MRT, LRT, Putra, KTM, or even pedestrians or cyclists. It also helps to reduce CO2 emissions. Zepto Express saves the earth. On top of that, we have created the Zepto API for retailers to connect to our platform. Our vision is to entirely change and disrupt the entire business landscape of instant delivery through crowdsource. And our mission is to ensure every citizen in the city is able to undertake delivery tasks under our Zepto guideline. Can you imagine everyone here is able to undertake delivery tasks? We have started our MVP in August 2015, and to date, we have 285 verified crowdsource partners from 790 signups. And we are looking to expand this number to 1,000 by the end of 2016. As we can see, most of our partners are doing an average of 6 to 7 deliveries per day. And they are earning up to 80% from the sales. And we are now servicing Kuala Lumpur, Selangor, Negeri Sembilan, and we would want to set foot and dominate the business in the ASEAN region and also the Europe region. Zepto Express now gives consumers a better option to choose from the modern crowdsourced delivery method, which can also provide flexibility and potential of new jobs. Thank you.
Thank you, Zaris. So, in your slide, you said you're the Uber for delivery.
Yes.
That could be a very literal slide because Uber might be going into delivery.
Yes.
And question to you, how do you compete with that?
Okay, first of all, when you are talking about delivery, you need to know what type of market segment. Delivery is very big. Okay, in Malaysia, the market share is 2.44 billion ringgit Malaysia. And do you know how much percentage of that Post Malaysia is holding? Anyone? They are holding only 12%. That shows how big the market is. Skynet, last year, they have generated revenue of 160 million last year, and they are only holding 2% of the market share. This shows how big, and everyone can share the cake.
Thank you, Zari. Zari of Zepto Express. Next up, and we're kicking off this big data category now. We have, and forgive me for pronunciation this, Gluck Technologies. Apologies. Please feel free to correct me up on stage.
Good morning. Albert Alexander from Gluck Technologies.
How do you say that again?
Gluck Technologies.
Gluck Technologies. Okay.
Gluck is basically a German word for happiness.
Okay, sorry.
And we are into emotion analytics. And what we do is basically we measure the audience demographics and capture the emotions in real time. So what the application behind it is basically to help the out-of-home industry to solve their pain. They have a $36 billion pain where they don't have an effective means to measure who exactly is in front of their screens and how is their emotional response to the screen. And we are a group of technologists and research scientists. What we do is that we put together a solution using our own hardware and our own software, which is we file patent in some other major countries as well. And what the technology does is that we mount it on cameras. We use cameras and mount it on digital signboards where you'll be able to see exactly who is in front of the screen, whether they are male, whether they are female, what is their age group, and at the same time also to measure their emotional response from that particular ad in real time, whether they're happy, whether they are sad, whether they're angry or disgusted by it. So as far as it's concerned, it provides a very effective tool to the out-of-home industry. And going forward is that we have developed the technology using the audience measurement as a parameterized tool, whereby we enable real-time content delivery. That means to say, if we see in front of a digital screen a huge bunch of males, we may run male-related ads, female-related ads, or family-related ads. So this delivers content real-time to them. So whatever information that we pick, and we scan the people, but we do not capture the images. So we don't really invade on their privacy. So there's no necessity for you to go back and put a tape on your iPad, on your camera, or your mic. Okay? So, and whatever data that we pick up, we push it to the cloud. And then we give the dashboard, or we give a REST API for the client to go into the analytics. We see a lot of multiple applications for this. One is basically in healthcare, in animations, in security, and we are getting some traction on it. We just rolled out the product, and currently in the commercialization stage, we got clients in Singapore and clients in Bangkok, and we just started, and we are planning to go big. And our approach is very much B2B, and B2B is that we approach major advertisers, media owners, and currently we also take part in exhibitions. We came out of FFA about 2 weeks ago, and we exposed our technology to the global world. So we have the team, we have started getting traction, and we have the technology behind it. So with that, thank you for listening.
Thank you. What do you think, what do you think is the most, when you think about this, what is the most promising application? You mentioned healthcare, you mentioned advertising, but in your mind, if we were to push it, if you had no limitations, what would be the most promising application of this technology?
At this point of time, we have gone into the digital signage market. We see there's a $36 billion industry, and we provide a painkiller for the pain they're experiencing today. But we are looking, because we use the same core engine, and the same core engine, we can use it for various verticals, and we're looking for collaborators or partners to work with us to commercialize some of the other verticals that we're working on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's Gluck Technologies. Next we have Nosiris. Come on stage, Nosiris.
Hi, I'm Stalin from Osiris, the CEO and co-founder. We are a B2B company providing managed IoT services for the market. So what is IoT? IoT is basically the concept of any device being able to capture data and send it across. Now, why do we need IoT? For business. Businesses can benefit from IoT because IoT gives businesses more awareness on its own business, right? So when you have more awareness on your business, you are able to make smarter choices. Why does IoT need Osiris? At Osiris, we understand that the IoT is so fragmented. We have the sensors that capture the data, we've got the connectivity medium that transmits the data, and we have the business intelligence that makes sense of the data, right? So for an example, we have a customer out of Manila. They've deployed 2,000 gas tanks around Manila. They were not able to monitor the gas tank consumptions. And because of that, they were not able to make proactive planning on the replenishment of their stocks. Osiris went in, we studied the architecture, we got them connected to our next platform. The next platform is a single entity that incorporates the sensors, the connectivity, and the business intelligence for IoT expansion, right? So for this client now, we've deployed sensors and SIM cards to their entire gas tank. With that, they're able to monitor the gas consumption in real time from their control center. With that, they are able to proactively monitor the gas and plan for the replenishment of their stock. So with having said that, they are now able to achieve a 30% cost reduction, which is equal to $2 million USD per annum. So guys, imagine, if we can do that to one organization in Manila, what Osiris can do to the rest of Southeast Asia, which we are planning to expand. The IoT is a $19 trillion business, as predicted by Cisco, and Asia Pacific has 35% market share in it. At Osiris, we want to capitalize that market, if not monopolize it, right? And more about us, we are already in 3 countries, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Philippines. We focus on 3 verticals, utility, retail, and finance. We are serving 70-odd customers across 3 countries. We have achieved a year-over-year, 100% growth for the last 3 years. And we are aiming at a 20 million turnover this year. So, in a nutshell, Osiris enables companies to embrace IoT as a strategy for their business enhancement, while we take care of the complexity, technicality, and investment needed on a managed services fashion. With having said that, embrace the connected world with Osiris. Thank you.
Thank you, Stalin. A question, you put your, why did you choose the verticals of utilities, retail, and finance? Why those as opposed to others?
All right. Utility, retail, and finance. We'll go by the first one, utility. Utility is where most legacy protocols are used. And because they're using legacy protocols, they're not able to use new technologies, all right? So with the IoT, all right, the Internet of Things, they're able to move into newer platforms, and we enable legacy protocol conversion into the IP network, using the cellular provider as a connectivity medium. So retail, because retail has so many outlets all over, and because retail business is a mass business, right? You have retail outlets everywhere, and for retail outlets to connect and to use the analytics portion, retail uses the most of IoT as well.
Thank you, Stalin.
Thank you.
That was Osiris Technology Solutions on the enterprise solution sector. The next up is we're moving from enterprise solutions to healthcare, and here we have door-to-door doctor.
Hi, my name is Dr. Prataban Raju, and I'm the founder of Door-to-Door Doctor. We are an outpatient healthcare company that brings healthcare to your doorstep. I'm thoroughly aware of the problems in the healthcare industry. Having worked in the private and public sector and also owning a clinic myself, the current infrastructure is overwhelmed. It's highly inefficient, and most people find going to hospital or clinic a very scary experience. This is how I felt going to work every day. Imagine our patients. It all started on a personal note. It all started on a personal note when I had to diagnose one of my parents with an aggressive form of liver cancer. And we immediately saw the enormous benefits of giving him the dignity of being treated at home. After an initial pilot program that targeted our family and friends, 18 months later, we have thoroughly validated the demand for our services. As you can see, we have an extensive range of services. And let me explain through one of our patients, Madam Tan. Her daughter found us on our website and booked for a house call doctor, who then, after the initial consultation, prescribed her a Medicare plan called the stroke package. The physiotherapists have allowed her to get back on her feet. There are caregivers that go in daily to help her with the daily living needs. She receives transport once a month with a chaperone and even gets her medications delivered to her. We have seen her health improve tremendously. Today, ladies and gentlemen, with the wonders of internet and digital marketing, we first started in Petaling Jaya, then moved on to Kuala Lumpur, Selangor, Penang. We have even managed medical logistics for patients from countries like Singapore, Indonesia, and even as far as China. Door-to-Door Doctor, with the extensive range of services, has applied a consumer-centric pricing model, which allows us to make 5 to 10% profit margins on our extensive revenue streams. This has allowed Door-to-Door Doctor to be a revenue-generating business since January 2015, which is in the black. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are raising our Series A round of up to $5 million US, and we are looking for investors or even strategic partners who are keen to be part of our mission to revolutionize healthcare, affect the lives of more than 1 million people across the world, and become a leading outpatient healthcare provider globally. Ladies and gentlemen, Door-to-Door Doctor, healthcare at your doorstep. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You mentioned that it's already revenue generating and in the black. What is your business model? How do you make your revenue?
So, as I mentioned earlier, we make about 5 to 20% margins on the various revenue streams. I suppose it would be easier to make an analogy to how the hospital charges you, except they were a lot cheaper. So each revenue stream has a different profit margin, and that's how we have been keeping afloat thus far.
And one supplementary one, do you consider the patients or the doctors as your main customer?
Actually, we have to consider both, because it's our duty to actually serve the patient and at the same time match the right healthcare professional to the healthcare need. So we are actually growing the ecosystem of healthcare professionals as well. And that is what will allow us to scale. Currently, we manage more than 160 healthcare professionals with our core team across the country and aim to further grow our team size and be able to cater for more patients in future.
Thank you. That was Door-to-Door Doctor.
Much.
Next, in the education category, we have Alpha and Friends.
Good morning, I'm Miss Ho from Alpha and Friends. 14 years ago, my 5-year-old son came back from school with this homework: circle plus circle equals circle. He was asked by his preschool teacher to color the first circle red, second circle yellow, and the last circle orange. He had a sad face. He doesn't understand why. Me, as an engineer, felt that it was not right to learn science this way. We think the child should learn science the fun way, and it should be fun when they do the experiments. So I decided to quit my job, design a science curriculum with a right system so that my children and all the preschoolers get to do science experiments every week. So take for example, when they learn about color mixing, they get to use this test tube and pipette and drop red and yellow and see for themselves the color change into orange. It is like magic to them, and it inspires them to learn. So we have 14 years of experience in this industry. We have embraced technology by developing an interactive and teaching and learning software in our curriculum. There are 90 lessons in our curriculum. We pick the best of both worlds, technology and reality, to give the children a unique learning experience. So this program, we have 90 episodes of 3D animation movies on simple science topics so that the children can watch, and they love watching it. They don't mind to watch it repeatedly. The teachers get to use the software with our teaching aids to teach better. The children get to bring home this experiment kit, do the experiments, and share it with their daddy and mommy. So this is our copyright, and we have registered trademark for our IP. We believe we are the pioneer in this industry. Last year, we have won the Asia Pacific ICT Award. This is a subscription-based B2B business model. So what really excites us now is that this program can be used in all preschools in the world. We believe we have a world-class program that can impact millions of children, including the vulnerable children, such as children with special needs, children that live in remote areas, and the girls who have not been given the equal opportunity. So join us in impacting children through our program. Thank you very much.
So, as you said, you mentioned about international expansion, I guess, or distribution of your products. How do you get over? And you mentioned, I think, previously something about having a deal in Vietnam, not in this presentation, but in your pack. How do you get over any cultural barriers? For example, language, nuances.
So whenever we explore to different countries, we have to localize our program. So currently in Malaysia, we have 600 preschools, but when we go to Vietnam, we actually have to work with our local partners to make sure that it's localized. And because it is developed in Malaysia with our local talent, we have the cost competitive advantage to reach out to all these children in the developing nations. We also have a lot of interest from the developed nations where they see that this is a good program that can serve everyone in the world.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have in the consumer sector, we have Touristly.
Good morning. My name is Aaron Sama. About a little over a year ago, my family went for a holiday to Singapore. We had my parents who were in their 60s, my sister, her husband, my wife and I in our 30s, and my daughter was a year and a half at the time. So to plan the trip, we did what everybody does. We went to an airline that you may have heard of called AirAsia. And then we went to a hotel booking platform, which is not important at the moment. And then we went around the business of planning the actual holiday itself. And what we discovered was that in planning a trip before actually traveling, it's actually very difficult. You had to go to multiple e-commerce sites, which didn't allow you to plan an itinerary or plan a plan. Or you could go to a planning site that didn't allow you to actually book anything. And we thought, this is kind of crazy. How can there's no platform for you to plan and book everything in one place? So we did a bit of research and we discovered that people spend 40% of their travel budget on the actual on-ground activities itself. That's about a $100 billion industry in Asia Pacific alone. And so with that, the idea of Touristly was born. Touristly is a platform that allows you to create and book itineraries in one place. When you come to Touristly, you'll be asked to select a destination. And right now, we serve many amazing destinations from Sydney to Tokyo to Kathmandu to Phuket and Bali. Once you select a destination, we'll ask you to select activities to add to your own itinerary. So you can choose from restaurants, spas, tours, attractions, museums, and even the occasional event. Once you're done adding all these activities to your itinerary, you can book it all in one transaction. So you've created your own travel plan. And if you really enjoy the experience, we recommend you to share it on social media so your friends can take a look at what you've done, and maybe they can have the same holiday that you had. So to steal a phrase from the airline I mentioned earlier, now everyone can become their own travel agent. Over the last year, we've worked really hard, and we've grown the business from having just 25 destinations to now having 65 destinations. We started with 200 activities that you could book on the platform, and now we have over 7,000 activities. And 6,000 people have used the platform to create itineraries on the platform. And we've discovered that people actually spend about 1,000 ringgit on average on every transaction that they make. Right now, we're looking to grow the business further by growing vertically, by having more high-quality deals, by working directly with local merchants. We're also looking to grow horizontally by partnering with airlines, hotels, travel agencies, and other online travel platforms. As we grow, we also want to increase and improve the experience of customers on the platform by adding more interactive tools such as video and reviews and having it being more interactive for group travel. We'd like to invite you on this journey to join us as we make travel more social and more fun to plan with groups and families so that people like my daughter can have wonderful holidays as well. In a world that seems to be moving further apart, we hope that you can join us as we make Touristly a platform that helps bring people together by making traveling more interesting. Thank you very much.
Looks like you're going a little deeper into knowledge of each of your destinations. How do you scale something like that? Because there's a lot of research and even sometimes local knowledge that is required. How do you scale that?
That's a great question, actually. And it's part of the reason why we've actually worked really hard to get content partners, and the partners we have allow us to scale pretty far. In fact, we can go beyond Asia Pacific right now. But we've taken the strategy that it's very important that we do two things, because in a marketplace you need to both have the supply and the demand. So while we have some supply, we also ensure that we have the demand side of things taken care of. And now with the partnerships we're working on with airlines, with hotels and people like this, we are increasing the demand to each of the destinations. And this informs us as we build our content base, because we understand now what people are traveling for and what they like to do. We operate a curated marketplace. So while we say we have over 7,000 deals on the platform, our content base is way higher. And our team actually does a lot of research by looking at reviews from TripAdvisor and other review platforms to see which deals and activities actually work the best for the traveler as they travel to those destinations.
Thank you. That was
Thank you very much.
That was Touristly. Now we return back to the financial technology sector with Loan Street.
Good morning. My name is Jared and I'm from Loan Street. I'm very proud to be here to introduce to you a cloud-based platform that was designed specifically to help the real estate industry with a very huge problem that they are facing today. Think of the last time you went house hunting. Eventually, you're going to come to a unit or a house that you like. And it's at this point that the real estate agent will convince you or prompt you to please put a down payment and book this unit before others do. However, most of us, we stopped short of putting this booking. Why? Because assuming you could afford the down payment, most of us would still have this question. Can I get a loan of the amount that I need so that I can see this purchase through? You don't want to lose your deposit, do you? Now, sadly today, it is very, very inconvenient and difficult to find an answer to this. And to find that, to know this answer, you have no choice but to engage with 5 to 6 different banks on your own. And this process takes 1 to 2 weeks. Not because you've already purchased, not because you are applying for a loan, but simply because you want to make a decision. Should I purchase? You want to make an informed decision. Now, enter Loan Street. In the future, with the use of a simple tool, now this tool can take many forms. It could take the form of a mobile application. It could take the form of a cloud-based, browser-based service. But with this simple tool, sales agents, real estate developers, real estate agents will be able to help you understand in 10 minutes how much of a loan you can get from every bank or every lender in the country. And with this information, you can then make an informed decision on whether to proceed with the purchase. And this is where it gets interesting. Assuming you decide to proceed, on this same platform, you can then initiate on the spot the loan application process. And within 7 days, you can expect your loan to be approved. Our patented technology brings together all the scorecards of various lenders in the country onto a single platform. So this platform, as you can tell or guess by now, is not just relevant to the real estate industry, but it's also relevant to different verticals. For example, car dealerships, digital aggregators, even alternative lenders, not just banks, right? And the beauty about it is because we developed this service as a cloud-based service. It's a service, yeah? It's scalable internationally. So I've run out of time. Thank you very much for having us. It's a real privilege.
Yeah. Thank you, Jared. Just to ask, your revenue model, is this, where does your revenue come from?
Okay, for this platform, we actually have 2 revenue models, and today they are both generating revenue already. On the lender side, it's quite easy to understand. We charge per transaction or per closed account. Whereas on the subscription side, the subscribers will be people like property developers, will be people like real estate agents, car dealerships, digital platforms. We charge them a monthly subscription basis with an onboarding. So they are both today a reality. Yeah, we're happy to say it's going well.
Okay. Thank you, Jared. And that was Loan Street.
Thank you very much.
That concludes the 14 presentations that we had. They were pitching to you. They were pitching their business ideas to you. I think I'll leave it now to Faisal to walk us through the voting and the assessment process. Over to you, Faisal.
Thank you very much, Malik, and good luck to the 14 entrepreneurs and startups who just made their presentation. The voting will begin shortly. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we need to go to pitchmalaysia.com/votes. You can see up on the screens, already up. Now, you would require a code to vote, which you will find at the back of your badge. So if you flip your badge around, there's a code there. And please cast your votes now. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a couple of minutes left to vote. Please cast them now. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the voting is now officially closed. So while we wait for the results, just a reminder, please visit pitch@palace.com. Have fun hashtagging #pitch@palace for all the photos and tweets today. Please make it, let's make that a worldwide trend. I'm sure Tony Fernandez would help us. He is actually top 10 most influential Twitter user, right? And of course, the Twitter handle is @the_Duke_of_York. Once again, pitchnature.com/votes is also the medium for you to go to reach out, get in touch, tweet, and even find out more about the 14 startups today and their ideas. Okay, it's coming in. Just give me a second. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I now have the results in my possession. The winners who will be going to the finals at St. James's Palace, London in December are, in no particular order, congratulations, Twersley and Christy Ng. Could we have Twersley and Christy Ng up on stage, please? Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. A thoroughly interesting and inspiring 14 pitches. As I said at the beginning, this is about the entrepreneurs. This is about you and them interacting. The opportunity now is for you to now go and either introduce yourselves electronically or in person as we begin a small amount of networking, at least in the first instance. The other aspect of this, of course, as is the nature with pitching events and the way that we structure them, somebody has to come out on top. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the audience here has actually picked the right winner at the end of the day, because everybody who has pitched today, to my mind, is a winner by being at this event. The other aspect, and I've already told the entrepreneurs this, and it's worth repeating, because they have gone through the boot camp process and have reached this stage, they are inside the pitch organization. And so when it comes to our attention that there is an opportunity for one of those pitching businesses or one of those businesses, we will automatically collate and add them to any introductions that is necessary. So congratulations to all of you on an absolutely outstanding set of pitches. Thank you for the gong. I was very impressed with your timekeeping, and not only was I impressed with your timekeeping, I was also impressed with the way that you wrapped up having been gonged. And that is a really difficult aspect of doing a pitch, so congratulations. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being such an enthusiastic audience, and I hope that there is an opportunity now either to discuss with my team or with the entrepreneurs as we go into a cup of coffee and a networking session. So thank you very much indeed. We look forward to hopefully being able to repeat this on a not infrequent basis in this part of the world and Malaysia in particular. But thank you very much for today. Congratulations.
Well done.
Oh, yes. That's just blatant, but never mind.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness, and congratulations, Christy Ng and Worsley. Once again, thank you also to our platinum partner, Microsoft, partner MDAC, organizing partners, Tune Labs and AirAsia for making today happen. Thank you, everyone. Pitch Art Palace Malaysia will continue with a networking session. Please make full use of it. Have a great and productive day. Thank you very much.